All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about repair versus replacement. And we all know the big enchilada, or the home run that we want to hit, is selling the big equipment call or the complete renovation. If you're a air conditioning and heating guy, it's probably replacing the entire HVAC system. If you're an electrical guy, it might be the whole panel with municipal entry system. If you're a plumber, it might be doing a whole house repipe. Those are kind of like the big ticket items. To do big sewer dig for a drainage guy, to replace the entire thing and just go ahead and renew and restore the thing back to square one. Those are all nice things to wish for and hope for, and we can make that happen. The truth is, when you offer people 6 options and your top repair option is probably about as high as you used to sell equipment for. If I'm selling you, if I'm going to do a contactor on an air conditioning unit and a voltage distribution system renovation is going to be $2,500 with a 5-year warranty, 5-year guarantee, and 5-year service plan. Many people are going to say the magic words when they see on a 16-year-old unit a $2,500 first option. What are they going to say? What's the magic words? How much does a new one cost? I'm not going to spend this kind of money on something that's 16 years old. Now, you're sent out there to do what, though? When you were sent out there to do a maintenance call or a repair call, what was the first goal of people when you first went out there? Were they in the mindset to replace the unit when you first got there? No. One of the things you can't do, one of the dangerous things you can't do, is always throw an 80-yard bomb on every single play. If you're a football team, you just can't drop back every single play and throw a long, deep pass. What's going to happen eventually is our team's going to catch on that all these guys ever do is throw the ball deep. So where does the defense start to set up now? They just put like 6 safeties back there and 3 guys rushing, and they pretty much got you covered now at this point. You're not going to, it's going to be incomplete like almost every single time. You might get 5 out of 100 complete passes, and you might have a couple nice plays on ESPN, but you're not going to win any games that way, right? Because you have to have a short yardage game too. You got to be able to score some short yardage gains too. You got to be able to run the ball. And same thing in baseball. You can't just always wait for a home run to be hit, or else you're never going to win a game that way. You got to know how to bunt. You got to get the runners hit it along. You have to know how to do all this stuff. You have to play small ball. And same with this type of thing here too. Now, in this game, there will be enough home runs where you don't have to worry about going after them. The best hitters in baseballs will always tell you that they never try for a home run. You ever hear that before? I'm just trying to hit the ball hard. I don't care where it goes. Listen, I do know I'm trying to go to center field or right field. I can aim the ball, but they don't worry about trying to loft the ball up as a home run. As a matter of fact, most hitters, if they do try and hit a home run, what will usually happen to their swing when they always try and hit a home run? They always try. That's how I always hope that my favorite players on my team never get invited to the All-Star Game home run contest, because that's a good way to screw up your swing, isn't it? It's all you're doing is practicing trying to hit home runs. It's like, that's not real in a game. And so when you go back to a game, what's happened to some of those players that won the home run contest and done things like that? The next year and the end of the season, their statistics die off. It's been proven. Same with you guys too. You can't always go for the home run. This is not about going for the throat on every single call. There's got to be an element of just trying to fix things and trying to get things fixed. Now, there will be enough times people will flip it into that kind of thing for you. The magic words. What inspires the magic words is you coming up with enough options that get people to say that price is too high for fixing it. Let's just replace it. And they're going to say it for you. You don't got to say it to them. Be ready for the magic words. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Whenever you're going to go out there to work on a repair call of any kind, be it a plumbing, heating, air conditioning, or electrical repair, I want you every single time to carry through the repair options. So if you have a bad compressor, what's a repair option for the compressor? No matter how silly it sounds, what would be the repair option? Replace the compressor. Now, if I offer a compressor replacement for an old Blue Monster type of air conditioning unit, you know what I'm talking about? That's sitting out there on the North Shore, or something that's been there for like 40 years, 30 years, since 1970s. If I offer a compressor replacement for that kind of thing, it's going to be an aftermarket type of deal. What kind of price am I going to put on the compressor on something like that to be able to even? It sounds ridiculous, but what would I have to do to offer a compressor replacement and that type of thing? $3 grand. Probably the minimum I think would be $3 grand, right? For me to back this up with like a 5-year warranty, I have to replace all the motors and everything, all the basically I'm basically going to build a new unit on this thing, right? Now I'm getting ridiculous. So what could I do in that kind of situation where I see a bad compressor? Now, before I make the presentation, I could do two things. I could make two presentations going into it. Try and do this. Here's what I would do. I would make the compressor presentation more money than the replacement presentation. What do you feel about it? Do you feel it's easier to replace the whole unit or easier to just replace the compressor?
Whole unit.
Yeah, because replacing the whole unit is just cutting two pipes, putting them in, and redoing the lines and coil, getting it all redone. That's a lot easier than to go inside the unit and replace the compressor, right? So wouldn't it make sense that if we're going to price our labor and our services out, that would be a higher price than the new unit at this point? So one thing you could do is go to people with two. You could keep the one compressor replacement thing. You could probably just keep it in your files for yourself because you're probably never going to sell it. I haven't sold a compressor replacement since probably about 1986. You know what I'm saying? Because I always go to them with a higher price on the compressor than it would be for the whole new unit. I always tell people, I say, you know what? I come to you, I said, listen, I don't like what I'm seeing here. We have a mechanical fault in the refrigerant pumping system. Basically, the compressor is no good. Oh my God. Yeah, well, I got some solutions for you. A top option you're not going to like very well. The bottom option, I got some other things that are being more economical. But before I go into that, though, I stop the presentation right now. And I say, I could offer you a new compressor just for fix the compressor and do that way, but it's actually more money than if I replaced the whole unit and did it that way. Which way would you prefer I proceed on this thing? I don't put myself in the opinion on this. Do I give my opinion on this? One's more money to replace the compressor. This is going to be cheaper to go ahead and replace the whole unit, and you get a better warranty and that type of stuff too. How would you prefer I proceed on this thing? I know it sounds ridiculous, but who should make this choice? You or the customer? Take yourself out of the choice-making thing. Like you're trying to push this. Now that's obscene, or that's absurd, that situation. That's not going to be very often it happens. Usually it's something like you have a fan motor and you're going to renovate the unit, re-level it. Next thing you know, you're about $3 grand on this repair again, and you've got a 14-year-old unit, and people are like, wow, that's a lot of money. I think I should just go ahead and replace the unit. Now, when that happens on that kind of repair, I want you to stick up for the replacement and see what happens. What I say happens before when you stick up for your competitor when they failed, what happens then? They bash the competition, right, more? So if I stick up for my repair, like, John, I came here to fix it. You sure you want to replace it? Yeah, I definitely want to replace it. All right, I guess we can look out. I'll give you some prices on that if that's what you want me to do. Are you sure, though? Because I don't want you to accuse me of trying to sell you something you don't want. I mean, I could fix it. I got the repairs here. No, I don't want to fix it. I want to replace it. All right, that's good. Now, if you are the kind of company that hands this off to a salesperson, there's some companies where technicians sell it themselves. If you're a technician who sells it themselves, just go ahead and proceed with the presentation. You're done, right? If you're going to hand it off to a salesperson, what that would sound like is you calling the salesperson, you calling the coordinator, the sales coordinator back at the shop, and talking to them about it in front of the customer. What that would sound like is the customer, you show him the options, and he goes, holy cow, $2,500 to fix this thing? I want a new unit. And you say, are you sure, John? I mean, we could just go ahead and fix it. I do have the options to fix it. No, I want a new one. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's call it a quality control person at the shop and see what they think about it. Let's call George at the shop and see what he thinks. I don't want to move forward in this unless we get his opinion. What do you think of that? Okay, let's call him up too. So now you get George on the phone. You say, hey, George, I got Mrs. Johnson out here. She swears she wants to replace the unit. You want to talk to her about it? I know I can fix it still, but you want to talk to her about it? Okay, so Mrs. Johnson talks to George, and George says, hey, Mrs. Johnson, what's going on? And she says, well, you know, I got Joe out here, and he wants to fix this thing, but I think we should replace it. And he goes, well, are you sure? Because Joe's a good technician. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He could fix it. No, I want a new unit. All right, so what do you want me to do then today, Mrs. Johnson? Yeah, why don't you come out here and give me some prices on a new unit? All right, so if I do, so I'm kind of busy with my schedule today, so if I do rearrange things, what's going to happen if I come out there? Yeah, I want to get a new unit today. Should the salesperson go out there like right now then? Yes, he should get out there immediately this second, right now. The best thing would be while the service technician's out there, he could be waiting for the salesperson to come to kind of introduce him to the customer. That'd be like the best practice kind of turnover. That's what would be the best way of doing it. Is it worth the guy sitting out there for 45 minutes waiting for the sales guy? Hell yeah. Because while you're out there picking your tools up, you could be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. It is a better idea because you do get the 10-year warranties on some of those things. As a matter of fact, there was a job we did in Highland Park last week. Man, I think this guy had some money. He spent like 40 grand on a whole air conditioning system. Wow, it was like unbelievable. But you know, this house is a lot bigger than yours. They got something a lot less than that, don't worry. And so you're picking your tools up. What am I doing with the customer when I say those kind of words to them? Am I price conditioning right now? So let's say the salesman comes in with something at 15 grand for an air conditioning system. What does the customer think at that point? You're my hero. God, I don't know what the hell that Mara was talking about. 40 grand? Thank God you got the $15,000 job I got here. You with me on this, guys? You can price condition the customer while the sales guy comes out there. Maybe not 40 grand, maybe something like 25 grand. But we just did one in Lake Zurich the other week. It was like 22, 23,000. Are we okay? You look like a hero compared to the first 25,000 they saw, right? I think a lot of us, don't a lot of us overgeneralize what we think that consumers know about the pricing of things? We think that they all know the price, they got it down pat. The truth is, most people don't have any idea at all what a quality installation really costs to do. In this day and age, a quality installation costs a lot more than we give it credit to. Remember, qualify this decision that we're going to turn it into an equipment proposal. Don't go out every single time and start quoting equipment. Here's my rule. I'm putting this in writing, it's on tape. When you make your first presentation, it better be for repair. Don't come to me with some kind of replacement option the very first thing you show me on a repair guy. If you do, you're falling in love with this repair option, this replacement option every time, and you're going to get shot down more often than not. Remember, price condition before you turn it over. Always go to repair, and then let the magic words turn it into a replacement.